Hello, fishy folks. Love is in the air in the fish room. This breeding pair that laid eggs the first night I had them about 2 weeks ago has laid some more eggs. There's Dad checking them out. And then this breeding pair of angels have also laid eggs. Sorry. Coming at me. Pretty interesting. I don't know what it is. There is a storm front coming in. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I have heard that does, but you know, water temperature at 78, depending on how accurate that thing is. There are my pearls. Platinums, I think they're called, actually. What else is going on in the fish room? What you see here is greenhouse roofing. I'm gonna make some tops. Try to, at least. This is my old drain pipe. I started to make a video and I sounded like a dope, so I deleted it all. But that's the 2-inch drain pipe that I used to use. That I'm going to use, I think, as a drain for when I do gravel vacs or cleaning the bottom of my tanks. This is a new 4-inch pipe that apparently you can't use the glue that I had on because this leaked, so I got some of this fancy flexible tape. We'll see if it leaks. I'm going to empty that 5-gallon I had down there. We did have a leak from when I put in this drain. I had a problem here. As you can see, I had to move the whole pipe. Long story short, I think I fixed it. We'll see. We do have this 20-gallon tank and that 10-gallon tank in place. I just need to basically drill a hole. The fill lines are already there, but I need to drill a hole and I need to drill this tank. I just wanted to see if it fit. And no, I wonder if these guys are gonna lay eggs today since the angels did. I really haven't seen any breeding behavior, but I don't watch them that much, so. What else? Oh, I put these 2 tanks in. They're empty right now. I've decided that I ended my top row water line there, and I can fit 2 or 3 10-gallon tanks up here. I'm gonna retrofit this to go up because I just had too many problems trying to plumb over that heating line, and I basically just said forget it and I'm gonna try a new way. This pipe you see on the ground here was my return when I first plumbed my sump, which is over there. I only had like 1, 2, 3, I think 4 tanks, and the pressure from the sump pump in my sump was too great, so I had to run a return. Basically, I ran it wide open, and as I added tanks, I started closing valves. Well, by the time I got done, like with this half of the rack, I had this closed anyway, and I thought I would just leave it in just in case I needed it, but after a couple of days of thinking about it, I couldn't think of a reason why I would need a return. So I'm going to use that, repurpose that pipe, repurpose that ball valve over there, repurpose this ball valve. What I think I'm going to do is just cut it here and go up, and I can use this ball valve for one of my fills. I can use that ball valve for one of my fills. My plan is to use this elbow, when I go up. I'll put an elbow here, and then that elbow will be the part that runs that way for those 3 tanks. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but we'll see. Looks like I have water dripping, but I can't tell from where. Maybe it's just an optical illusion from here. This tank looks green because I was treating it with some meds. I had a guppy get some fungus, and it infected the other guppy that was in there, and I lost them both yesterday. And there is a pleco in there, which I didn't even know was in there. I took the sponge filter out. I was about to bleach. I drained the tank down to here, and then I was just gonna pick up the tank and dump the rest out and bleach the tank. And lo and behold, I saw a pleco in there. He's underneath that filter now. I don't think you can see him. That's nice and dirty. He's right there. See him moving? Anyway. So I'm gonna finish treating him. Once he's good in a week or so, I will take him out, put him in another tank, hospital tank, and then bleach this tank. I have disconnected it. It's just dripping basically from whatever's in this hose. See how the water's up over there. What's next? One more project in the fish room. You can see over here I have some cinder blocks. I have a 70-gallon tank. I think it's a 48 by 18 by 24. I have to measure it. The plastics are all jacked up on it, so I have to fix those, but I got it for $10, so I can't say no. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take cinder block, 2x4s, and then 3 cinder blocks. I think I may do 2 cinder blocks, 2x4s, 2 cinder blocks, 2x4s. I'm going to use the bottom stand as a hospital tank where that Pleco will go probably. The top area for that 70 where those 2 Oscars are going to go that are getting big. They are so fun to watch. And the 70 will be connected to the system. I'll just hook it up to my sump to drain, run a water line from that corner. And that corner is pretty tight. I don't see me having a problem. Just biting into that line. I'm not hungry. Cutting into that line and adding a fill. Worst case scenario, I can add it here or there. I mean, there's plenty of places I can add it. I'm not too concerned. The plan for this drain pipe that's on the floor is I'm going to hang it in the front as least intrusive as I can, and then plumb it to drain right into my sump hole, which will go outside into a rain barrel for the garden. So this way I can gravel vac or clean the bare bottom tanks and not have to do it into a bucket, because these bare bottom tanks are great. They're easy to clean. You don't have to worry about anything, but you can see all the crap. I mean, I just cleaned this tank like 2 days ago and it's already, there's food in there. They didn't eat for a while after I got them, but some people would say I'm feeding them, but my nitrates are under 20, 0 for ammonia and nitrites. So I'm just trying to fatten them up so they grow when they have babies. Alright, well, that's the update for today. I'm probably going to do a little something about some of the new guppies I got. I just really haven't had time, so everybody have a great day.